Welcome. So, with the demo getting really close to, let me turn that down a bit. There we go. With the demo being really close to coming out, I thought it would be a good time to show you some of the gameplay live. There's going to be some skips in here because I've only got so much time on YouTube right now. So, let's get this started. Pick our language first. This guy I'm going to let play out. That should be good. Since I just blocked half of it for you guys, I'm sorry about that. So, for some of you who have been following the development of this game from the beginning, or even the series, I've mentioned that this game is actually a remake of the very first game that started off the Vita series. And I try to stay pretty loyal to the original game, or at least my original idea for that game. Because for any of you indie solo devs out there, know the first game you make is rough, to say the least. And the first one was very rough. So this just kind of ended up being a bit more of a passion project than I thought it would be. And if you're one of the few out there that did play the original one, there are a fair amount of changes, but it stays very loyal to that original storyline, every beat in it, and whatnot. So, we've got a new tutorials. I did feature these a few weeks ago. And if you forget something, you know, like, it runs like a, if you've played an RPG, it runs how you'd expect it to. But if you forget stuff, you can swing right over here to journals, and it will play it for you again. So the demo itself, we're not going to get to the whole demo, mostly because my time on YouTube has been cut kind of short. We're just going to overwrite this guy. There we go. Now I'm going to take you through a little bit of Chapter 2, because the demo is going to take you all the way through Chapter 1, which is really just a tutorial chapter, getting you used to how battle works, and letting you experiment a little bit with the weakness system, the awakening system, and whatnot. But Chapter 2's got a few other things in it. And then you'll have, honestly, you'll have like a good 70% of the demo to explore for yourselves. I think you'll enjoy the things on offer. Let's come down here and grab some items. Come on. I did make sure that your companions don't follow you as closely as they typically do in a lot of RPGs. I mean, if you do it right, you can get them stuck on stuff. But I didn't want them all over you. Now let's go on and I'll give you guys a little secret. Right now there are no battles anywhere in the world. But that's not, that's going to change very soon here. And the town is right up here. And the way I've got this working is, the towns are not their own maps. As a matter of fact, in most cases, buildings aren't their own maps either. They, everything is contained within the same map. And really, you can go into any part of this town to, trigger this. Because I'm going to put you where I need you to be anyway. Oh, the dogs are losing it. Okay, let's grab a few more items here. Because you will need them. And then we'll talk to dear old dad over here. If I do move too fast through some of these, please pause and read if you want to know what's going on in the story. Well, I'm going to try very hard not to speed through everything. This is probably my 400th playthrough of this section. And you get to the point where, I'm sure many of you devs out there know, you just kind of get to the point where you just fly through stuff. You don't mean to, but you do. There's one text formatting thing that I do want to change, but I will get to that well before the demo comes out. What happened to Mother? And that didn't work out the way we thought it would. So, if you're new to RPGs, you can save it here, or you can just go right to battle. I would recommend saving it, because this does set your save point to being in the basement. So if you lose a battle out there, it's going to transport you back into Sula's parents' home. Which hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but you never know. This is the one and only time that you will see the interior of the house as well. And this is the only other house other than Eno's house that does have an interior map. But once we get through chapter 1... Ooh, okay, that was scary. Once we get through chapter 1, we can't go into this house again. Alright, and our tutorial fight. So let's go to this fight real fast, and then after this there's actually 4 more fights that you have to do before you get to the boss. I'm going to, there's going to be like a jump cut there. Where, we'll go right into the boss fight. Now the system, the battle system that I'm using for this game is still a carryover from the other systems, with a few new tweaks to it. So there's now the awakening system. You can go up to 3 awakening points in this, and these will make your attacks much stronger. So let's stab this guy. Okay, so the burn didn't go off on him, but that's okay. You also notice that on the top they've got these question marks. Those are their weaknesses. He's only attacked once? Oh. They don't have weapon weaknesses. So, I mean, you hit somebody with a sword or a knife, you're gonna do some serious damage either way. But elemental weaknesses are a bit different. There is a skill to reveal them, but I don't have the character to do that, so... She still hesitated, so... Just a note on hesitation, that is the ability that... He's not looking too good. That's the ability that disrupts turn order. So on the left side of the screen there, you've got your expected turn order. I'm gonna hit this guy with this to see if we can put hesitation on him. There we go. And you'll see he basically just lost that turn. It does last a few turns, so it just weakens them or slows them down a bit, which gives you a bit of an advantage, but enemies also have the ability to hesitate. So it's something you have to, you've got to watch out for. And there is purposely put no skill or item that removes hesitation. So you've really got to pay attention to what's going on here. Okay, so we got our 4 fights. You see them kind of walking around, getting stuck on some stuff every once in a while. You guys looking at a dead body down there? Yeah, you probably did that, buddy. But we're going to cut here, and then we're going to go right to the boss fight. So let me finish these guys off real fast. Okay, we got those guys all cleared out. So let's run over here to the shopping district. There is a hack for this boss fight that yeah, I'm gonna show it to you guys. I did try to make the tutorial level friendly. So after every tutorial fight, or every fight in this particular chapter anyway, you heal. But that's the only time it happens in the game. So we're gonna focus this guy. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so that's actually gonna make the hack a bit harder. So we're gonna have to fight a bit. There's a second part to the hack that I'm not gonna show. So I said, I want you guys to find some stuff on your own. I think you'll enjoy it. It's like we're gonna end this shortly after chapter 1. But there are a few things that I think wow, they are doing him dirty. And he put on steadfast. Okay. Let's see. Do we have... I don't know if this one will work. Okay. So Eno's no longer muted, so he can go ham on him. Now this system is a, I call it a dual resource system, which means you have to have both energy and willpower in order to cast any of your spells or skills. So where's my mouse? So energy is always going to show up here. You can see how much you've got down here. And your willpower is there. You've got your gauge there. Wait. Quick. Energy basically runs kind of like mana. You can get it back through, there's one particular skill in the game where you can get it back, and items. But willpower, on the other hand, raises as the battle persists. So every time you take an action, you gain willpower. Every time you get attacked, you gain willpower. So it puts a little extra strategy to the whole thing. And I really want this guy to die, so we're just gonna boulder him. So we see that his weakness is Earth. Now this spearman here, we don't know what his weakness is, but she's not doing too hot. So we're gonna fully awaken her. And use Slit, which is actually a water technique. It does heal you slightly, but you still have to have the energy to even do that. And if you don't manage the economy correctly, you could be in a really bad spot. Now the enemies are kind of HP sponges. They're just damage sponges in general. They can take a lot of hits, but the player character is significantly stronger than the enemies as far as their attack goes. But they have less HP. So it seems easy from the get-go, but if you're not paying attention, it will sneak up on you pretty quickly. And that's actually by design. But if you're one of those people who loves a challenge, you come over here into difficulties, and you've got 5 different difficulties that you can choose from. It's set to normal by default, so even if you haven't chosen normal, it sets itself to normal. Cozy is... you don't even have to think really to play the game. That's like hardcore story mode. And then you've got Vita down here, that's... it's hard. It's very hard. So let's run away. Still don't have any battles just yet, but like I said, this is the tutorial chapter. And originally I was going to just end the demo there, but I felt that that was just wrong. So, it does go a little bit deeper now. Which... I'll give you a little taste of that now. Because there's a few other features that I want you to see before we call it. We're actually going to kind of speed through this as well. So, we'll be back. Okay, we got through that. The Huntsman coins. This is a feature that was just put into the game not too long ago. It's kind of a continuous side quest. It never actually ends throughout the entirety of the game. But now that we are out of Chapter 1, we've got our good friend Tulo over here. And we have battles now. So we've got soldiers walking around. We'll have other hostiles running around. If they see you, they will chase you. These fights you can get away from, but don't be fooled, they could still catch you. They don't run that fast, but... Alright, and random battles. So random battles are in the game now, are in the series. The beasts aren't the hardest things to beat, but you never know when they're going to attack you. They could attack you while you're running away from one of the human characters. to save Tulo's abilities for now, because some of them I want you to see for yourselves. We're going to have this fight end. Okay. I mean, he is a thunder snake, so... Let's get into a fight with this hunter up here. And the music does change depending on what kind of battle it is as well. And you can already see that the battles are moving a lot faster. So here we go. See how he can't use anything? He has the energy, but he does not have the willpower. So we're going to not waste our points and work on building up some willpower here. If they let us attack. Because... Okay, no, he only hesitated one of us. I don't think he... Okay, so we can use Assault. So, let's get those points up. That does some pretty decent damage. Otherwise, I probably only would have done like 80. So it's a pretty good damage increase that you do get there. And as promised, the fights do go by much faster once you get past those tutorial fights. Those tutorial fights are just for you to learn. Alright, we're going to leave this map. There he goes. Oh, squirrel got in the way. And we're going to come over here into the Jerusalem region, into a town. So, shopkeepers. You usually find them standing in front of a bunch of stuff. Let's see how they look. Let's look at weapons. Okay, we don't have the argent to actually buy anything. Everything's kind of grayed out. We just don't get a lot of money from battles. But that's where our junk items come in. So, let's just sell all this garbage that we've collected from those tutorial fights. And the one from the beast fight. And now we've got 862. So now we can actually start buying stuff. Longbow. That does give us some extra attack. But let's look at something before we just start buying stuff. So Tulo doesn't come with a ring. The other two do. But he doesn't. So let's get him a ring. Rings are considered clothing. Nope, not bad. Rings are considered trinkets. And that's this lady. So we have a grooved ring, which would stop silence. We are nowhere near close to getting reaction. So we're just going to go on and pick up a grooved ring. And seeing we've got a guy who we don't want to be silenced, we'll put that on him. I'll put the confusion ring on him. Because as you see, Tulo hits way harder than the other two. Now for the towns. Just a quick note. They are not the safe havens that you would think they are. You're not going to run into any random fights in here. However, these guys will totally fight you if you start poking at them. He'll fight you as well, so you want to be careful with him. He's got people to protect, as do the Sentinels. They're also kind of known as the defense force of their towns. And I promised that there was a side quest in the demo. You're going to find him right here. And some pretty cool stuff happens once you finish this side quest that we're not going to get to. So I think we are going to end the video right there. This will be up on Steam very soon. I'm hoping middle of next week. We have to go through the whole Steam, I guess, authentication process or whatever it is. But this will be ready for you all to play very soon. So, until then, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.